Isn't it cute? Isn't it nice? Hi everybody, how are you? This is Liz from Trellis and I welcome you to my studio where I dye Trellis yarns and where I sometimes knit in between pots, read, make videos like this one and just chat. So how are you? So I'm here to talk about a finished object. Yes, I'm so excited. And it's kind of a bit of an irony because as you all know, sorry, things are flying. I adore my Lizzie sweater and I just can't wait for it to be a bit, more cold here so I can wear it where we wear it. But even if it's not cold here, next week I'll be in Belgium, so it will be cold enough for me to wear it. Yes! Anyways, I'm talking again about my Lizzie sweater because pre-orders are still on if you're interested for about a week. But this beautiful sweater was a collaboration with Suzanne Sommer, aka Sosu Knits, that I adore, and it's the biggest privilege to have a shawl named after me and a sweater named after me. Like, come on, what more to ask, really? And with brioche and triangles and so gorgeous. Okay, so I'm talking about Suzanne because I finally finished another sweater designed by her that I had started 2 years ago. So 2 years ago we were in Switzerland and she had just released this pattern, which is the Rusty Tuku. And I don't remember what kind of yarn she used, but she was using a sheepish yarn, something more rustic, something more, a bit of a more scratchy feel to it. But I really like the vibe of the sweater and I really like the name also, Rusty Tuku, and the look of it because of course she had used a really orangey color that I really liked. So we were in Switzerland and back then I met Emma and her husband Neil, which they have this beautiful farm in England that I was supposed to go and visit and I haven't yet, but hopefully someday soon. Emma and Neil, I'm coming. Yes, I'm gonna come. And also I think with Neil we have our birthday is like 1 or 2 days apart. It's funny, yeah. I think 1 year we should, celebrate together. Anyways, so their yarn company, Emma's yarn company, is okay, she used to be the Little Gray Sheep or something like that, and so I never really remember correctly, but I remember, Gray Sheep, but for some reason I remember Little, but now it is the Gray Sheep Co. So I'm not sure if at some point they changed the name or because I don't remember the Co. So it is the Gray Sheep Co. on Instagram and wherever you want to go and see it. So I have updated my Ravelry page. The name of the colorways are there. You can find everything about it. I've done the size number 2, if I remember correctly, and I did more decreases in the sleeves, and I just talk about it, with a lot of extent on my Ravelry notes, which usually I don't say anything. I'll just put the yarn in there. So the original colors that Suzanne had from another dyer, I really don't remember what she used, anyways, was a similar orange color but a gray contrasting color. I wanted something a bit more colorful but really subtle, so I just went for this gray bluish color. I think this is Summer Abroad and this is something with a stormy weather or something like that, and I really like it. What I love about this sweater is you see that it is garter outside and usually we're used to have the stockinette part inside. So actually it is knitted, you do all this, the yoke shaping with, it's a really cool sleeve. I'm gonna wear it so you can see better. So you first do all those part, the stripes part, and it's all short rows, and then you cast on over here more stitches, and then you put the main color, you flip it inside out, and you just go around, and then you do the same for the sleeves. So actually you're working stockinette, but because it's inside out, the right side looks like gartered stitch. The beautiful thing that I love is the details of this sweater. So first of all, it's really fairly simple on the front. So you have only the stripes, you know, looking at. But in the back, you have this beautiful slip stitch across the body. And I love it. I don't know why. I'm really obsessed by this detail. I find it really beautiful. Then all the finishings are knitted. Like I will show you the sleeve to show you. So in the end you do a band like that, and then you sew it like this. So this should be my normal sleeve, but because I liked the different kind of vibe of it and I like my sleeves a bit longer, I said that I will keep my sleeves like that and see if I like them, otherwise I will sew them up inside out. But you do this, and on the neckline, which I'm not really sure if I really sewed it really nicely or not. And also I love, but it's a pain to knit because you have to go back and forth, this split section. So the back is longer and the front is shorter, but I really like this finishing. It's really cute, it's really nice. And there's also another detail, but I will wear it for me to show it to you. So, and outside it's 30 degrees, like guys, Celsius I mean. I really love you to do this. Okay, I've got the air conditioning on, but it's not that colder anyways, and this is really, really warm. So, look at this detail, like, come on, right? How gorgeous is that? And at the back, this line, this slip stitch, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it. So, in the decrease section, she says to decrease about 6 or 7 times, something like that. I did, I think, 12 times. But then I wore it, and because it was, you know, getting too close, I just did 2 more decreases, I think. But instead of every 7 rows, I did it every 12 rows or something like that. I will have to write down all the details on Ravelry, because I did put some details about it but haven't finished updated. But until this video is up, I will have updated my Ravelry details about the project. I really, really like it. Another cute detail is you go up and look at this. So there's in the left side and the left side a section where you have a texture detail and you have a stockinette detail, and I think it's really cute, and I think that this is really amazing as a detail, you know, for the front and the back to finish like that. So isn't it cute? Isn't it nice? I really like it. And now I'm really warm, so I'm gonna take it off, okay? Yes. But guys, I'm telling you, for fingering sweater, this kind of yarn is really, really great. I have to say, it is a bit itchy for me. I've been always a bit more sensitive about, you know, the wool being more coarse in fibers, and maybe that's why I do dye, you know, finer fibers. But the result is really, really great. And if you don't have a sheepy sweater, definitely make one. And if you're sensitive like me, just make sure, you know, you wear something underneath. And it doesn't even need to be, you know, very heavy, because this is really, really warm and amazing. So that is my tuku sweater. Then last time I talked about a shawl. So it was about this gray skein I had, this big fat gray skein I had, and I wanted to do a shawl by Marion M, the Sing shawl, which I totally want still to do. But there was a mistake at some point, and I talked with Marion, and at some point we figured it out, and she was kind of, you know, sorry, because she had best knitters for it and still had mistakes. But I think, you know, if you're designing or if you're making something, even if there are tests and tests, there's always gonna be something to improve, right? So I was I'm sorry. So I was really excited. I was, you know, able to start knitting on. But then there were charts, and I've never really been very good at knitting from charts. But hers were like simple charts, but they were really tiny. So the definition of them, for me to knit from them, was really, really tiring. And it was okay after a point, because I could understand the rhythm of the pattern, but it was still difficult for me because the squares were, you know, in white, and the in-between lines were light gray, and they were so small that it was really difficult for my eyes. And I guess I'm not that old, you know, but it was really tiring and it was getting on my nerves, so I decided not to do that. So I ripped it up. I say to Mario, I'm sorry, but I do suck on knitting from charts, and I don't have the patience, you know, to strain my eyes to do it. So I think she will make the charts bigger for, you know, silly me that has no experience knitting from charts, or, you know, I'm maybe, you know, just a bit more of a lazy knitter. I just want it to be really, I don't know, more simple. But it was simple, so I don't know, but it was getting on my nerves and it wasn't working, so I decided, damn it, let's do something else and you'll come back to it. So I really wanted this gray to be a shawl, a one color shawl. The other shawl that was really appealing to me was a design by Caitlin Hunter, which is the Ohra shawl. So the Ohra shawl is this beautiful big thing, or it looks big over here, yeah, but it has different colors. So in the details, she says that she uses 2 different colorways in 100 gram skeins, so 200 gram skeins, and 2 minis, so 2 20 gram skeins. So the 2 main colors that she uses is this one, she uses it here and here, and the one in the eyelet sections, and then the minis over here and here. So oh, and then she uses lots of yarn for tassels. Okay, so my problem was that if she used 2 big skeins and minis to knit the whole shawl, it will not, my big skein, which is like around 200 grams, will not be enough for the whole shawl that I wanted it as gray. So I was kind of a bit, oh, why? But then I went into my stash, I went into my yarns, and I thought of pairing this beautiful skein of 100% super fine alpaca with my Artemis base, which is a base that I use from time to time, and that is, I'm sorry, and that is 50%, wait for it, baby camel and 50% silk. So it's, if this is soft butter, this is like soft cloud. So the colorway that I use is an older orangey colorway that I still had a skein, and its name is Ocotillo, and it's orange with a bit of some yellowish that you can't really understand the colorway that it is, because the base, because it has baby camel, is a brown base. So this is actually a much more fierce colorway, but because the base that it was dyed is already brown, it takes down the, how do you say, the tone of it? No, the hue. Yeah, the hue of the color, or the saturation of the color. So this is Ocotillo in my Artemis base. So I actually have done quite a progress, because I have actually knitted this section and the first eyelet section and the second here, and I'm just starting the second eyelet section. So I'm really amazed by my progress. Yes, and especially for you know, one color project, most of it, I'm really amazed. So I'm not gonna stretch the whole shawl because my cable is not big enough, but this is the result. And while I really wanted something gray, and I actually now think that maybe that skein would be enough for me to do the whole shawl, except, okay, the tassels for almost the whole shawl. I was actually thinking of ripping back to just do it the whole in gray, but I actually kind of like this orangey part, and with the gray it does have a bit the illusion that it's a bit more pinkish or more salmonish. I don't know, what do you say? So I actually really like it. And then I was thinking, yeah, the kind is growling because she wants to go out. Okay. And I was thinking that usually, you know, when you wrap around a shawl, you usually look more at the edge. So I was thinking to continue the eyelet section with this, and then there's a stockinette section, and then the ribbing. So I was thinking to do the stockinette section maybe in striping, you know, to add a bit more of color a bit later on the shawl, and maybe end with this, or just continue, you know, with over here slowly with bigger stripes, or I don't know. Actually, I haven't really decided yet. And the tassels will be either of those colors. So for the tassels, I'm actually very excited about this idea. So I had a bit of leftovers of my So Faded sweater of Severus Snape in my Psyche base, which is the single with the merino and silk. So everything is actually quite soft and beautiful. So this is going to be, oh sorry, the shawl and tassels like that. I really like it because it has, you know, darker grays, a bit of purple that will be contrasting, but not so much, and it will give a bit of light with this, you know, yellow little browns in it. I think it's gonna be cute. Yeah, and also grays for me is a bit more of a cold hue color, you know, like brown for me is usually a bit more warm because maybe it's an earthy color, maybe that's what I associate it like this. While grays, I do think of it more, you know, with the sea or the sky. So it's a bit more an icy color. So for me to have the gray with the warmth of the orangey color makes great sense. But then adding a bit of more of a sunshine rays, I think it's gonna be really cool. What do you say? I'm excited, as you can see. So that's it. So I don't have anything else to say. Next week I'm leaving for Belgium. I will be there at Natalie's by night. She's a dyer, a natural dyer from Belgium, and I just really can't wait to be there. She's going to be opening the doors of her house. We were supposed to be in a festival, but that's not gonna happen. So we decided to, okay, let's hang out, let's bring yarn, and let's open the doors and invite people to come in. So if you're interested, if you're in the area, if you want to travel a bit with your car and, you know, see the area, you just have to go on her website, and there's an, you know, like an application for you to come in a certain time, because everything's gonna be working with appointments, so it's not too crowded. So that's it. So have a great day, depending when you're gonna see that, or night, and don't forget, color is fiber. Color is fiber. Actually, there was something happening in the street, and I was like, what's going on? And I'm like, color is fiber. Yes, guys, color is power, fiber is our weapon, but color in fiber, like, come on, what more to ask? Love you.